Part 478 here. Today I'm going to be going over two products that I used to treat my vehicles. One being the Hydrosilex recharge on my new Durango, a little bit quicker process, nano ceramic coating, and the other one I used on my Dodge Challenger, and that would be the GTECHNIQ EXO version 3. A lot longer process. We're talking about clay bar, one stage, dual action polishing, and then the application of the ceramic coating. I have about 12 hours into the Challenger and only probably about an hour and a half into the Durango, just washing it, wiping it down with panel wipe, and then applying the Hydrosilex recharge. Now I've seen some reviews of the Hydrosilex and it's not really good. A lot of people dogging the product and the different ways that you actually apply it. So I used the basic method of applying the Hydrosilex, which would just be simply spraying it on and wiping it off with a dry rag. And that process seemed to work fairly well for me, easy to do. But we'll check the hydrophobic properties of both so you can do a comparison on a true ceramic and then the cheaper nano ceramic. So like I said, on the Durango, I applied the Hydrosilex recharge. Did the whole car, and you can see, I didn't use very much of it. I bought the big bottle thinking I'd have to use a lot of it and just spraying it on the vehicle and then buffing it off with the microfiber towel. Seemed to work pretty well. Overall, not too bad. We'll see what the hydrophobic properties are like. It's been about a week since I did it, so just to kind of look at it, it's rained here. It doesn't appear to be, extremely dirty. I did notice that the bugs aren't really sticking to it as much as they were before. But again, it's only been a week since I applied it. It's about a 3 to 6 month coverage, whereas the one I have on my Challenger, the GTECHNIQ EXO V3, it's about a 2-year ceramic that, because it's not a daily driver, I'll probably get about 5 years out of. But again, we'll go over the hydrophobic properties. Now we'll tell you on the EXO, what I had to do on this vehicle is, wash it. I clay barred it, so you have that whole process of clay barring the entire vehicle, and then use my dual stage polisher and just did a single stage polish to the vehicle to get it shiny and cleaned up, and then wiped it down with that panel wipe to get off any residual polish that was on the vehicle. And then I applied the ceramic coating in 2x2 squares. So you're talking an entire vehicle in 2x2 squares. I have about 12 hours in the Challenger just on the vehicle itself. You're not talking about any additional application of glass or to the wheels or anything like that. Just simply on the vehicle itself. So now let's take a look at some of the hydrophobic properties of the Hydrosilex first. You see, I'm just using a garden hose with a little bit of pressure. I'm running it over the vehicle. You see some of the spray. Overall, let me take a look at that fender. It pretty much slides off. Let's go over the hood, see what it does with the hood. Overall, not bad for a, hour and a half process. Now in comparison, let's take a look at the Challenger with the GTECHNIQ EXO V3. Okay, so what I've done is simply rinse off these vehicles with a normal garden hose with a nozzle on it. No high pressure, no soap, no shampoo, no foam cannon, nothing. Just simply rinse them off. Now obviously the Durango is susceptible to my daily driving where my Garage Queen is not. But you can take a look at the hydrophobic properties, how it's beating up. Durango's never been waxed. This one's been babied. You know, it's not driven much, ceramic coated, you know, not a daily driver. It's only got 8,000 miles on it, and it's a 2012. But what I usually do is after I wash them, I blow them off with my blower. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm not going to film it because it's loud, and I'll kind of go over, you know, how it beads up and pours off the vehicle. I know on the Challenger usually just it blows right off, and I can have a spot-free shine in minutes. We'll see how that does with the Hydrosilex versus the actual GTECHNIQ EXO. Alright, so just a simple rinse off of both vehicles. I blew them off, and I really didn't have to wipe anything down. I will say that cheaper, less time consuming Hydrosilex, it's not as hydrophobic as the Challenger. When I blew it off, the water just come flying off the Challenger, where it blew off a little bit better than a normal wax would. My Challenger used to be waxed, now it's ceramic coated. It kind of blew off a little bit better than that of a wax, so it's probably a little bit more durable. I did notice the bugs, I had a few bugs on the front. I was able to just kind of wipe those off and they came right off. I didn't have to scrub or anything like that. So there's a little bit of a protection there with the Hydrosilex. I will say the application time, faster than wax, shines like wax, better hydrophobic properties. So all in all, not bad on the Hydrosilex. I haven't tried the F11 top coat yet. I have that, but for a daily driver, until I can actually two-stage polish this vehicle because the paint's not perfect, do some paint correction straight from the factory, and then put a heavier duty ceramic coating on it, and then put that EXO V3 on top of that. I mean, we're probably talking a good 18-20 hours worth of work I'll put into the Durango once it's done. But in the meantime, you know, a $50 bottle of spray-on nano ceramic to get the kind of hydrophobic properties and shine that I got out of it versus a wax where I'd have to, you know, spend a day waxing it in the shade, I'd say worth the money in my book. As far as the GTECHNIQ EXO V3, I can't say enough good things about it. Easy to apply, looks great, great hydrophobic properties. I talked to them when I was up at the Atlanta Auto Show, and they told me I could do it. You know, I'm just an average Joe Blow at home, and I was able to put a ceramic coating on my car with no damage to the car whatsoever. You know, they spent a good 30 minutes with me showing me how to apply it. Let me try it on a vehicle there, and you know, really easy to apply. So anybody that's afraid of it, I would start with the EXO V3 on your vehicle. Pretty easy to do. It's a long, tedious process, but I mean, I think my car looks great, you know, for not being waxed. I think it looks really good, and the hydrophobic properties are amazing. So, you know, side by side, you know, I don't know if you can tell, but you know, to the naked eye here in the sun, the Challenger is really shiny, but you know, the Durango still has a nice shine to it. You know, a $50 bottle of Hydrosilex versus, you know, $88 for the ceramic coating plus, you know, 12 to 16 hours of prep work before you put it on, you know, with the clay barring, polishing, and then hitting it with the panel wipe to get any residual polish off. But all in all, you know, I don't think it's that bad of a product. I know I've seen some bashing of it, but a lot of people didn't do this, you know, spray on, rinse off method. I didn't use that method. I sprayed on and then buffed off with a rag, a microfiber rag. I did hit it with the panel wipe first to make sure I had a good clean surface, but this vehicle has not been clay barred yet. It was wiped down with panel wipe, and Hydrosilex was put right on it, just like the average Joe at home would do. And I think the results speak for themselves. I mean, not bad. This vehicle was dirty and I did not wash it. I just rinsed it off, and it still looks good. So all in all, not bad for the Hydrosilex. Obviously, it's no full ceramic coating, but pretty good for the average Joe. I wouldn't put it on a show vehicle, but daily driver instead of wax, absolutely. So that's my review of the Hydrosilex versus the GTECHNIQ EXO V3. Thanks for watching. Another video by Mopar478.